Even so, we must now see how quickly it can crash on our track. And for that, we need our tame racing driver.
Yeah, some say that his scrotum has its own small gravity field. And that because our producer rigged a phone vote, he now has a new name. All we know is he's called Cuddles. Some say that he's banned from the town of Chichester. And that in a recent late-night deal, he bought a slightly dented white Fiat Uno from the Duke of Edinburgh. All we know is he's called the Stig. Some say that he gets terrible eczema on his helmet. And that if he'd been the video ref in the World Cup rugby final, he would have seen that, of course, it was a try, you blind Australian half-wit. All we know is he's called the Stig. Some say he's seen the Lion King 1,780 times, and that his second best friend is a Cape Buffalo. All we know is he's not the Stig, but he is the Stig's African cousin. Some say that to unlock him, you have to run your finger down his face, like that. And that if he were getting divorced from Paul McCartney, he'd keep his stupid, whining mouth shut. All we know is he's called the Stig. Some say that he thought Star Wars was a documentary. And that he recently pulled out of I'm a Celebrity because he's frightened of trees. And Australia. And Koo Stark. And ants. And Beck. All we know is he's called the Stig. Some say that he knows 2 facts about ducks, and both of them are wrong. And that 61 years ago, he accidentally introduced Her Majesty the Queen to a Greek racialist. All we know is I'm going to the tower now to have my head cut off. Yes. And he is called the Stig. Some say that when he slows down, brake lights come on in his buttocks. And that if he'd been the manager of the England football squad last week, he wouldn't have been a feckless, ginger gum-chewing buffoon who ruined it for all of us. All we know is he's called the Stig. Some say that he once lost a canoe on a beach in the northeast. And that he once did some time in a prison in Canterbury because his teddy is called the Baby Jesus. All we know is he's called the Stig.
What we're going to do now is find out how fast each car will go round the track.
Yep, and for that we need our tame racing driver. Some say that as we speak, he is actually relaxing in the resort's pool. And he is actually. He is.